Not the TV guide.
Not the TV guide.
Not the TV guide.
Not the TV guide.
It's that time of the month again. Grant, what time of the month is it?
It's it's spooky season, but also it's spooky TV season as well. We've got great. It's not the TV guide this month, and we've also got some spooky shows we want to talk about, like Agatha all along. We want to talk about that to this week, and some other good shows. So it's I'm looking forward to today's one.
Yeah. Now, Amanda, what's unusual about today's episode?
We've all got quite a few that we've watched together.
Yeah. Now,
Don't ask me how many.
Grant, is this the first time we've ever done what we're doing today? I reckon it probably is, isn't
I
it?
think it is. Yeah, I think we've only ever watched one or two at the same time, like Doctor Who, for example. But
Yeah.
then I refused to watch Buffy, and then
Don't worry.
and then you did the same. But
Yeah.
then Reach to bring us back all together. Reach.
And the boys, yeah. Now, unfortunately,
Yeah.
that's none of the programs above we're going to be talking about today.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to give too much away, obviously, because I better tell people who we are first of all. I'm Andy N. Amanda.
Amanda Nicholson.
And Grant.
And I'm Grant Kerno.
Yes, now, okay, we're going to have a bit of news first of all, because we've all got bits and pieces we've got going on. Grant, what's been happening in your world outside TV then, before we start?
Myself, I'm going away next week to Faversham, down in Kent. I'm doing my Edinburgh Fringe show down there. So, so that's this weekend, actually. So, yeah, I'll be in Kent for 2 days. Yeah, so looking forward to that. And then, I've got a gig in Bolton tomorrow. And then, so I'm still busy around. Yeah, so busy writing new songs, my new album, stuff like that. So, yeah.
No, brilliant. Have you got any sort of rough release date for the album number 2 yet?
No. I'll probably do some recording in January and then, see how it goes. Maybe a single or something.
Yeah, fair play to you. Amanda, you have news as well, don't you?
I do. I've started submitting my novel around.
Ooh.
And I've also got a title for it. It's called Death to All Men.
Now,
Yeah.
as a mutual friend to the podcast, Philip Carter said to me recently, what did he tell you, Amanda, when you told him his title?
Oh, he asked you if our relationship was okay.
And I've got a story to tell you, Grant, about story I'm working on at the moment, but I can't repeat this on air because it's way too embarrassing, right? So I'll tell you about it during the break. So
Okay.
my news is, I'm still working on my second novel. I'm nowhere near what Amanda's up to. But I'm 10 tracks into the second Polyocean album at the moment. And I've got one of 3 I want to get done on that. And my aim is to get that done to the end of the year. And then a French label, I know, will be releasing it probably in the spring of next year. So,
Amazing.
so it's all, that's that. The album's already sorted out. So it's just a case of me getting the tracks finished. And as I do all the music and all the production, it is a ball ache sometimes, right? So, but we will come on to that another day. Right. Okay. Not the TV guide. Yes. Grant. What TV or film do you want to rant about first of all today? Then let you choose.
I don't have nothing to rant about. I'm a very happy TV watcher.
I'm not.
I think it's you that. I think it's you're the horrible one.
I think I might be tonight.
Let's kick the ball rolling with Joker Folie. Yes.
Oh, I knew you start off with this one. Well, that's the bad language out of the way, right? Right, okay. Get to my notes. I think I wrote down what this was about. Yes, I did. Okay, I've got a couple of lines on this. Okay, so what is said online. Okay, as the outlook.
Mm-hmm.
Joker Folie Deluxe follows the clown prince of crime in the wake of the chaos he brought to Gotham City. Aspiring comedian Arthur Fleck, Jocelyn Phoenix, is on trial, facing the consequences while falling madly in love with the mysterious Harleen Lee Quinzel, Lady Gaga, at Arcane State Hospital. Amanda, we'll start off you here then.
Yeah, so I don't know if I would go as far as saying I liked it, but I didn't hate it. But I can see why people didn't like it because it's not what you would expect. And it's like by the end of it, I felt a bit strange because it's like I actually felt sorry for the Joker, which normally you wouldn't because the Joker's supposed to be a bad guy. Where it's like so many horrible things happened to him. The guards kept beating him up.
Yeah.
His girlfriend left him. and he got stabbed to death. So sorry,
Spoiler,
spoiler.
spoiler. How to ruin the film for all these traumatized people, Amanda, in 30
Oh, you're all
seconds.
going to walk out.
I don't think anyone's going to see it, though, are they?
No, some interesting stats gone around about this film, actually, before we ask you, Grant. Did you both know that I was looking on Google yesterday on this, and there's been 8,200 reviews done of that film on Google. What's it worked out on average out of 5? Grant, I'll ask you.
Oh, I don't know, about 2.5.
1.8.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And currently it's on track for losing somewhere between 150 million to 200 million dollars in its cinematic run. Yeah. Right, Grant,
the first one made $1 billion, didn't it? That made loads of money, the first one.
Yeah, I know, it's just crazy. And
it was nominated for an Oscar. One Oscar for Best Actor, didn't he?
Yeah.
The
trouble is, to be honest with you, he is really good in it. But I think Lady Gaga is extraordinary in it. She was by miles the best thing in it for me, she was. But have you both ever seen her in the remake of A Star Is Born with Bradley Cooper?
Yeah, I have, yeah. I thought she was really good in that as well.
Yeah. Very, very good in that as well. Clearly she can act and sing in those sort of roles.
Yeah, brilliant. Very talented.
That's why. So, yeah. Grant, I'll ask you, what do you think of this film then, before I start bad-mouthing it?
Well, I went to see it on the first night. I went to the IMAX cinema in Manchester to see it.
Oh yeah.
And it looked stunning on the big screen, especially all the musical numbers. Yeah, I thought it. Me and my friends who went, we absolutely loved it. I thought it was great. I know, I loved all the music in it, the music choices in it. Especially, I love that Jacques Brel song at the end they use.
Bloody hell, yeah. I'm big Scott Walker. I'm a big Scott Walker fan.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
And that. As soon as they did that, I thought, oh yes, great choice.
Yeah, and I thought, at first I thought it was a bit slow at first, when it started, but then when it go into it, I thought it was really, really interesting. It was a whole different. It wasn't what I expected, but I enjoyed where the direction it went, because it was kind of like, it was, because to me it's not really the Joker, is it? It's just a kind of Elseworld story, you know what I mean? So, but it felt natural for his story to go in a bit of a more redemptive arc, really, because I guess he's just been treated so badly by society, and then he kind of felt solace in love. But then, well, I'm not going to go into the details of it, but it's kind of, it doesn't end well, the love story in the film. But yeah, I thought he was really well acted. Well, the music numbers are great. I've been listening to the soundtrack quite a bit this week, actually. I really, really enjoyed it. I don't know what all the fuss is about. Yeah, but no, I enjoyed it.
I think for me, my favourite bit in it was actually the Looney Tunes animated prologue.
Oh yeah, that was incredible. Yeah,
that was really, really good. I loved that at the beginning. Really, really did. It's my favourite bit in the film I've got. I have to be honest. I thought it was really, really quite creative. Great idea. Amanda, do you remember that at the beginning of the film?
No, I can't actually. My favourite bit was, I think she was visiting him in jail and she started singing to him, and I think it was a Carpenter's song. I like that bit.
Oh yeah.
Now, another thing that comes, I did my research on this. It's quite interesting. And I've seen both of these films as well. Apparently, the film's got 2 major influences, and I want to know if either you two have seen these, and they're both musicals. Francis Ford Coppola's One from the Heart and Martin Scorsese's New York, New York.
Yeah. I've not seen either of them.
I have, and they both absolutely flopped massively. And I thought that's brilliant.
The songs from One from the Heart, because it's Tom Waits, isn't it? I've heard the soundtrack, to that, but I've never actually seen the film.
Yeah, I thought it was brilliant. That fact that they put them down as the big influences. Those films absolutely nosedive. But
apparently, Francis Ford Coppola loved the film, and when he did an Instagram post saying he loved the fact it was inspired by One from the Heart, just as you were saying. But then I don't think Todd Phillips said anything about Megalopolis in response. So
no, I've not seen Megalopolis yet, but I know it's meant to be a remake of Metropolis, the classic 1920s film, which is one of the greatest films ever done. Have you ever seen Metropolis, Amanda?
No.
Right, I need to dig up my DVD that you need to see that. It's such an influence on a lot of sci-fi that's come afterwards. And it was 1927 something. It's one of the best films I've ever done. But we'll do that another day. But I found it a bit of a weird film, this, because I did
Yeah.
like the idea where obviously like Jocelyn Phoenix clearly isn't a particularly great singer. And in this film he isn't, and I think they did it that way on purpose.
Yeah, I think they did because he was in a Johnny Cash film. He could sing, couldn't he? When
Yeah.
he was doing
I thought, yeah, that's what I was
Borderline.
thinking.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of. It was done on purpose, this, and then like
Mm.
you had it in the court scenes, and I kept this, and Amanda, you felt the same on this. I kept suspecting him to really lose his rag in court, and he didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
And
that's what a lot of people were expecting him to start killing and to break out of prison and stuff like that, and none of it happened.
and it makes you wonder, and that's my question to ask you both in this: was it a joke in the audience itself by not doing what they expected?
Yeah, I think kind of, but then I do feel it's right with the character. I don't know because he's like there was a bit of in the first one. He was kind of always prancing about music. He had a musicality to him, didn't he? And then and I feel like he's a bit of a tortured loner kind of type, and it was just and he was just kind of like longing for some kind of love and affection. So I found that, and they probably expressed it quite well in the musical form, I thought. So to me, it made sense for that kind of offer. If you're talking about the DC Joker, it's nothing like it at all. I mean,
No,
it's I
completely.
mean the actual DC Joker would be. He wouldn't be incapable of like feeling emotion. And then it's kind of like it's always Harley Quinn is obsessed with her, isn't it? But they reversed it, didn't they? They made it like he's infantile, kind of like he was just like he was just so obsessed with her. He'd do anything for her. Really, he didn't have any kind of manipulation or and he kind of just becomes the Joker towards the end, just to kind of impress her, doesn't he? Really.
Yeah,
So
that's a good point.
yeah.
That's a good point. Good point. I know me and Amanda saw this. Did you see the Steve Coogan cameo in it, Grant?
I did, yeah. It was horrible. Took me out of the film a bit, and I was just like, "Shut up, Coogan." Yeah, no.
Yeah, I was a bit caught off by the Brendan Gleeson cameo that came in as the fat prison
Yes,
guard.
he was so much nicer in prison in Paddington too. That's what I get thinking. So
Yeah,
yeah,
me too as well. I think that was a joke on the audience part of me as well. So,
yeah. Another
I,
thing that I found annoying that was like Joaquin Phoenix had a copious amount of cigarettes, didn't he? Like you just get a cigarette out of nothing. They must have like constant cigarette vending machines in prison because he was just constantly.
oh no,
He's never heard of vaping either. Has he? He's like constantly having
yeah,
cigarettes all the time.
yeah,
It's always like
crazy, absolute
yeah.
crazy stuff. Amanda, is there anything else you want to add about this before we move on?
No.
Grant, is there anything else you want to have a rant about?
No, I liked it. I'm a rant about the people who hate it. You're wrong. I was going to say that you are wrong.
You're wrong, yeah. Oh, Amanda
Yeah.
says you're next. She says your case is you're wrong. Well, the answer,
Yeah.
I didn't really like it, to be honest with you. It was for me. If I'm honest, I admired it,
Yeah.
but I didn't really like it. I found the full thing. It didn't seem to be. It seemed to jump between two couple of juxtaposers for me. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't really a crime drama. It wasn't really a courtroom drama. Wasn't really musical. But I think it felt like a big joke in the audience to me, and I just didn't engage with it, to be honest with you. So, but I do feel sorry for them, because there's some great talent in this film. So,
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Brilliant. I thought it looked fantastic. I mean, it was well directed, and it was there was some of the shots that were beautiful in it, and and the acting is amazing. I mean, I think Wacky is even better than this one than the first one. To be honest with you, I thought, yeah. So, yeah, but people don't like it. There's not going to be a third one, is there? So,
no,
what did
no.
you think of the Harvey Dent role in it? What did you think of that?
Oh, Amanda, what did
Yeah.
you reckon to the Harvey Dent role in it? I'll ask you then.
Yeah. Well, I know I was watching it with you, and when his name was mentioned, I was like, "Yeah, how we did."
Yeah. I know he underplayed it a lot, Janice, but that was on purpose, obviously, wasn't it? Like
Yeah.
with Harley Quinn, basically, there's a lot that they've played very differently in this film, to be honest with you. So I
Yeah.
think it might have been a step too far for some of the audiences to accept it, really,
Yeah.
obviously, because
Yeah.
we did expect Joker to be what Joker is, and to go and do what they did here, it's a brave move.
Yeah, it really is.
That's
But
why.
I applaud them for doing it. I thought it worked. But yeah, I can see why people don't like it, but I thought it worked. So
Yeah. Again, let's mark it, guys. I don't want to go backwards and forwards in this one all night. I'm going to be nice tonight, but don't expect a good mark. So, Amanda, what are you going to give us out of 10?
7.
Grant?
I'll give it 8 out of 10.
5.
Oh, okay.
Boo!
See,
Ooh.
I know. Well, I guess if you look at the balance of it, really, it balances out about recommendation anyway. But again, so
Yeah.
yeah, so
I think
right.
go with an open mind. I think you will enjoy it. Just don't. Yeah, if you expected something different, I think you'll like it. But yeah, if you think you want to have a Joker standard Joker film, you'll hate it. Yeah.
Yeah,
If you
it's a
don't like
funny.
musicals, well, you hate it. Yeah.
If you like courtroom dramas, you probably won't like it either, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you like Steve Coogan, you won't like it,
No, it's
right?
horrible.
So, Amanda, I will let you choose program number 2.
Okay, season 5 of Angel.
No.
No!
It's
Right,
the last season.
it's the final countdown. Right, go on, man. Seriously, what happens in the final season of Angel?
So Angel and the team take over running Wolfram and Hart, which is an evil law firm, thinking they can change it from the inside, and it doesn't go to plan. But my favorite episode in this, well, my favorite ever episode of Angel, is where he gets turned into a puppet.
A puppet.
Like a puppet,
Yeah,
like the Muppet Show, or
a bit like that. Yeah, he gets changed into a puppet, and this is when Spikes come back as well, and there's like a fight scene with him and Spike, and Spike's like, "You're a bloody puppet." And then that angel gets angry and they like attack each other.
now with this, Amanda. I remember the poster at the time and it's mentioning Spike was going to come back in it. So when did Spike come in the first episode, or was it not straight away?
It came in that at the end of the first episode, but at the time, I think there must have been some publicity leading up to it because if it was a secret, it wouldn't have been in the credits, but it was in the credits, so everyone must have already known about it.
It was all
It's
over the po
literally like
It
in
was
the
all over
last
the
30
yeah.
seconds of the episode.
It was all over the posters at the time. That's why I remember it at the time.
Yeah,
That so that's why. But people obviously not with spoilers from a long time ago. He died at the end of season 7, didn't he? In Buffy, am I right there with that?
yeah, saving the world.
So
Oh.
what? So what happened here? This then? Did he? He obviously he got resurrected somehow, then didn't he? So
Yeah, it was something to do with Wolfram Hart. And they sent the pendant to Angel, which is what he was wearing when he was dying. And they opened that up and he just sort of came out as a ghost. And it took a few
Oh.
episodes for them to fix him and change him back into a real person.
now, after what you said, Amanda, about Angel season 4, which was your least favorite,
Yeah.
did you think that they brought Spike into season 5 to get the fans back on side? Because it was the most controversial season, wasn't it, out of the 5?
Yeah, probably.
Grant, is there anything you would like to ask Amanda about this?
Yeah, were you satisfied with the ending?
What was that,
Oh.
sorry?
Were you satisfied with the ending, or do you want a season 6?
They could have done a season 6. If people haven't watched it now, it's like they're probably not going to watch it. So I'll just say what the ending was. But there was basically quite a few of the cast were killed off, and there were only, I think, 3 of them ready to fight maybe thousands of monsters and a big dragon. So it didn't
Oh.
look like they were going to survive it.
Oh no.
Oh dear, fair.
But the actress Amy Acker who plays Fred, she was changed into like the evil goddess called Lavia, who sort of lost her powers a little bit and started to help them. And the initial plans, the actress said, is that they were going to change her back, but then they found out that season 5 was going to be the last season. So they just said, "Oh, we'll just keep her as is and have her like that till the end of the season, since we're not having a season 6."
They've all done it, so so God. So okay, Amanda, what was your strengths about this series?
I think there was a mix of funny and sort of dark episodes, and I think Angel's typically darker than Buffy anyway, but there was a good mix, and I think the puppet episode livened it up a bit,
Yeah, that
and
sounds
then
fun.
obviously Spike coming back into it as well.
Yeah, it sounds like you had some fun with that. So, okay, was there anything that you didn't like about this series?
Really, I mean, I would have liked to have seen Alaria get changed back into Fred, but uh, I saw the interview that she did on it, and why I understand why they did it, because I just thought, well, there's no point, we're not getting another season, so let's just do all these stuff. and then leave them fighting thousands of monsters.
If they had done a season 6, what direction would you like to see them go?
There would have had to be somebody turned up, maybe Buffy and some of her friends, and a load of Slayers would have had to turn up and help them kill it because they couldn't kill all those monsters by themselves. But I don't know if Amy Acker was joking, but I'm sure she said that if there had been a season 6, there were plans for it and there were going to be aliens in it.
All right, God, this sounds crazy and crazier.
Yeah, I like the idea of aliens coming down with a UFO and that sort of zapping all these monsters.
Yeah, I don't know if that would have happened, but yeah.
But they would have found a way, Amanda. You think about it. After what you think what happened to this episode, season 15 of Supernatural, because obviously, Grant, you've never watched Supernatural. At the end of season 14, God gets very annoyed with, doesn't he, with the heroes, and has them all pinned down in the graveyard with hundreds of monsters coming at them.
Yeah, and we all thought, oh, they're going to have to bring somebody serious back to fight the monsters. And they basically just had them run across the graveyard and lock themselves in like a little sort of crypt thing. But if you'd seen the episode where the dead were rising up around them, then there's no way they could have outrun them or got away from them in real life.
So that's what I think would have happened with Angel season 6, Amanda. They would have found some way around it like that. So probably just to annoy you all. So, but anyway, Amanda, yeah, okay, we better give this a mark then, hadn't we?
Yes, I'm going to give it 8 out of 10.
Grant, what are you going to give it out of 10?
What's Kelvin for minus 700? I can't remember what it is. Minus 300 or something. I've got no interest in it. Sorry, Amanda.
Don't worry, Grant. Next month he's going back onto Buffy rewatches again, just so you can.
I'm not doing it.
No, I think she's going to go on to X-Files next month for you just to do a rewatch.
Oh God, no, not again. I've done that in the past 10 years.
Even how she starts a annual Supernatural rewatch for us. I don't know yet, so we'll see in that one. But anyway, yeah, well, that's the end of Angel. Unless Amanda's got anything else she wants to share about it.
No.
Right, okay, my solo program now. We'll get this one out of the way. We're going a bit more serious now. I want to talk about Mr McMahon, the Netflix show, which dropped the other month. And Mr McMahon, for people interested, he's Vince McMahon over at the now ex-head of WWE, talking about his life from when he first took over at WWE and grew up in his father's shadows, right up to when all the sex scandal broke earlier on this year. Now, Amanda, I know you've got a question or two you want to ask me, and I think, Grant, have you got anything you want to ask, fire away with this one, mate. So, Amanda, let you go first.
Yeah, what made you want to watch this?
Well, I grew up really, been a WWE fan really, in the late 80s, early 90s. And I watched it for the Monday Night Wars when they were going against WCW in the late 90s. And it was fascinating stuff at the time to watch. But after that finished, I went off it after a couple of years because McMahon just come across as an absolute, I'm going to swear I do apologise. He comes across as an absolute twat on the programme.
Yeah.
Now, this programme itself, to start off with, he gets a quote from him, and I'll tell you both this. He growls almost in the first minute or two of the programme saying, I wish I could tell you the real stories, holy shit. No, I'll give you enough so it's semi-interesting. I don't want anyone to really know me. And I thought to myself, that's come off in the first 2 fucking minutes of the programme.
Yeah.
I saw like it suddenly recovered for me in that one. So, Grant, is there anything you want to know about this or nothing in particular?
Yeah, well, I used to be a big wrestling fan when I was a kid. I mean, my era was the same as yours. I was like early 90s, actually, I think the first SummerSlam was 93 or something I watched. Yeah, so I was really big into it. But just before it kind of, I think it's a period you're talking about that when WCW got involved, I kind of stopped watching around then. But my favourite is I had all the toys. It was all like the Nasty Boys, the Natural Disasters, Repo Man. I'm trying to remember Hulk Hogan, the Ultimate Warrior, Lex Luger, all that. Million Dollar Man. I was all into the kind of silly characters based on the British Bulldog, all those. Jack Sullivan. I had all the toys. I was really, really into it. But then I kind of stopped, and then when it got to like The Rock in it and that, I kind of watched a little bit of it again because my friend had the video games on the PlayStation, so I played that a bit. But so I got to know some of the later that kind of other era when it was really popular. But because I'm interested in wrestling, but I don't follow it anymore. I don't really. I don't. But then it seems like an interesting documentary because I know a lot of the characters in it. So so I probably might get around to watching it. But yeah, he does sound like a horrible man. So
Oh, it's awful, man. Some of the stunts he's done to people. And there was one Amanda in it where he did the infamous scene when he had Trish Stratus, if you remember her, Grant. Who's she's a gorgeous woman, no two ways about it. And he had her basically stripping down to her underwear, which wasn't much, and crawling around the stage woofing. Like, it's just so incredibly sexist and derogatory. And it was back then. It's like there's so much stuff in it. It was just plain uncomfortable to watch in it. There's stuff, I remember most of it, but there's a documentary knocking around called The Dark Side of the Ring, and you should try and watch some of that, Grant. 'Cause some of them that really looks at the reality of wrestling in a way that this program doesn't. This program it was a fine ground because they've signed a massive deal with Netflix now, WWE.
Oh yeah, they have, haven't they?
Yeah. This program was started mostly filmed in 21 and 22, so it was a case of I think this is all everything really blew, so it's awkward. Amanda, you didn't you have a question or two you wanted to ask me about this?
Yeah, I saw a review that said it was like he'd funded the document himself, I think suggesting that it didn't go as far as it should have done. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, completely with this, because it's nothing like Dark Side of the Ring at all. That was really attacking WWE and a lot of the way they treated people. This was very sanitized. And the problem starts with the last episode, because they've done the 5, and obviously it was portrayed in a really positive light, most of it, even though there's several wrestlers like Bret Hitman Hart had a go at him and a couple of the others. But we had people like Hulk Hogan lasting lots of positive commentary about him. And Hogan's known for being a pathological fucking lying twat, right? So,
he's a massive Trump fan, isn't he?
He's known for it. That's why. And there's several others on there, I've forgotten the word. They're just known bullshitters, basically. But then they got onto the last episode and all the allegations broke. And Vince McMahon declined to come back into the studio to do the last part of the interviews. And I thought to myself, this program's meant to be about him, and the sex allegations have broke.
Yeah.
Two concerns I had on this was, one, why did they finish filming it? And secondly as well, why are they carrying on with WWE coming at least in part to Netflix next year?
Yeah.
We're saying that we've got the same problem with Neil Gaiman at the moment on the Sandman season 2, I suppose, haven't we? So it's I'm very ill at ease on this. I really am with this. That's the way. I didn't think the documentary was great, but the last episode really blew it for me, that one. So, Amanda, is there anything else you want me to ask you about this, or are you done? Grant, is there anything you want to know a bit more about with this?
Yeah, just about, did they mention the Owen Hart death a bit?
Yes, they did. And again, there's a full episode on that in Dark Side of the Ring, which is tons better. Absolutely tons better. They get about 50 minutes going to this incredible depth out on Dark Side of the Ring. This was about 5 or 10 minutes, and the trouble was they were covering a lot of ground. And they're trying to do it in 5 episodes. Some like the best stories out there they had on it, like were done in half an hour to an hour episodes in Dark Side of the Ring. And they did, if I remember correctly, well, we Heart one, there was 2 episodes on that. And plus you had did you know the story about the Chris Benoit story, Grant?
Is he the guy who shot himself? I can't remember.
Yeah, that was the one where, he went and killed his wife.
That was it.
And his son. And he shot himself, But his brain was absolutely frazzled. The reckon because of the constant head injuries. That was very, very glossed over as well. And that needed a lot. There's one of those ones where to give that the depth it needed, you probably needed 10 to 15 episodes.
Yeah.
Not 5, and then they glossed over 6 episodes. So it was, it doesn't sit well with me, that series at all. And I have to be honest.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
But it's what it is, guys, isn't it? So, as I would say, so right, okie dokie. What mark? Would you want to mark this in?
Yeah.
It's a 6, unfortunately.
Okay.
I can't recommend it. I'm sorry. It was one of the ones that if they'd done it properly, done it an objective viewpoint, it could have been gripping TV. But it felt, just didn't sit well on the all with me, don't you? So, okay, right. Well, okay, that's the 3rd episode. Yes, we have time now. So, should we get the 4th one done before we take a break? Okay, then.
Well, I need a
Grant.
toilet break, but if you want to start talking, I can jump back in when I finish.
Right, well, I'll tell you what
You
then.
don't want that on the podcast, do you? Me doing that?
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
No, we don't.
Down.
Right, splash. Right, well, that being the case, then, Grant, I suppose we better get on to the Penguin then, haven't we?
Oh yeah, has Amanda not watched it? I don't think
No,
she
she's
has,
not watched. She's not watched it at all, to be mate. So,
yeah, let's talk about the Penguin.
okay, right. Let me find my notes on Penguin then. 1 second. And I will. Yeah,
We'll start
Penguin.
on a DC and finish on a DC.
Yeah, definitely that one. Right, okay, yeah. I've got a bit of what they said here, okay? Following the events of the Batman 2022, Oz Cobb, aka the Penguin, plans to seize the reins of the crime world in Gotham.
Yes.
Now, I actually haven't seen the Batman from 2022. Have you, Grant?
Yes, and I wasn't a fan, but it was really boring. It's like 3 hours long.
Oh, bloody hell, no. That's why it put me off. And if somebody was here at the moment who's not having a break, she refused to watch it because of Patterson. She doesn't like him at all.
Oh, well, the best thing about the Penguin is not in it, so that's why I'm really enjoying it. Yeah.
Oh, that's fair enough. Well, I'm gonna give what I think of the positive sides of this because I have the same problem with this really as I did with Joker in a different way.
Okay.
Amanda, by the way, for now Amanda's back,
Yeah.
everybody. Do you want to tell everybody why you don't want to watch the Batman from 3 years ago?
Because I don't like Robin Patterson.
Is that fair? Say it all to your grand, is it? Right. That's why. But anyway, yeah, with the Penguin. First of all, I've got to say Colin Farrell's makeup was phenomenal in this TV series.
Yeah, it's brilliant. You don't recognise him at all, do you? It's scary, isn't it?
He's completely unrecognisable. And considering that most stuff I've seen him in the past, he plays the pretty boy, doesn't he? He fucking doesn't in this. Christ.
I know. I feel bad when they all call him like Penguin and ugly and all that. And it's like he's a very handsome man.
Yeah, very, very good looking man. Yeah. And I think you think about it really with this, and this is what works really well for this series, really, is the fact is because they've removed his looks, it really allows him to choose some, and they're called an action term, wallpaper here, don't they?
Yeah.
That's why
he really lost himself in the role, isn't it? You can't be just It's brilliant, really great performance.
He will deservedly get Oscars for this, don't you? Oh, rewards. He has to because he's
Emmys or whatever.
damn good in this. He is,
yeah, I think he's phenomenal. Yeah, and I think the girl as well, Sophia Falcone's brilliant. I think she's amazing.
Is it Kirsten Miltot? Is it? Who played Sophia?
Christina Miltot, I think Christina or something. Yeah.
It says in it
like really good.
Yeah, she's really good in the first episode, definitely. And they talked about it. She got recent release with 10-year stint in Arkham Asylum, didn't she?
Yeah.
I like this word in it. For a string of murders, she's supposedly committed.
Yes, yeah.
I like that.
Well, this most recent episode that was on this week was about her backstory in Arkham, and it was fantastic. It was such a good episode. Yeah, it just really got to know what happened to her relationship with her father and her brother and stuff. Yeah, it was really, and what her and Oz's relationship was like when she was just a driver. So yeah, it was really, it's a great twist at the end. You have to watch it. I very recommend it. It was really, really good.
Yeah, now, unfortunately, in my case, I will be honest, I stopped after 2 episodes because I wasn't. I'm not going to say what I did like with Joker. I just didn't enjoy it, to be honest with you. But it's again, I
not
felt
musical enough.
Oh no, I felt it was really. I felt it felt like a second. It's like a knock off the Martin Scorsese gangster films to me, and I'm not. It's not my genre. To be honest with you, no. And
Did you watch The Sopranos? Never watched that.
I never liked The Sopranos, to be honest with you. I tried watching
that.
Oh,
did you not? No.
Yeah.
Did you,
Amanda, do you ever try watching The Sopranos?
No, it wasn't really my thing.
Yeah, so I have to stop saying that.
Vampires.
Or Reachers, right?
Yeah, if they were all like blood-sucking vampires, it'd be amazing.
No, I have to be honest with this. a trouble one for me was when I was pretty young, I saw Batman Returns in the cinema, and I loved
Oh
Danny
yeah.
DeVito was the Penguin, and I thought
Oh yeah, it was brilliant. Yeah,
he
yeah.
had that for me, and I felt this was sort of like Penguin done gangster style, and
hmm
I
It's more realistic, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, I felt it was a gangster film, and again that's probably part of the reason that put me off of the Batman because I thought it's gonna be a gangster thing, and it was. I thought the scene when he took out Falcone's son at the beginning of it, I thought was really good. Really,
Oh
really.
yeah, yeah.
That was a
Brilliant.
really
Yeah.
good scene. But I didn't really like the rest of the first episode very much. And it was worthy, but I felt it would each of the first two episodes were pushing an hour, weren't they? And I
Yeah.
felt it was just they're too long and the concentration went down, you know, that's why. But
Yeah.
how many episodes are you up to now, Grant? They've done four now,
Four,
was it?
four.
Four.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's better and better every episode. As I said, I wasn't a big fan of the Batman. It's not because of Patterson. I don't mind Patterson, to be honest with you, but I just didn't think it was that amazing. The film, I thought it was a bit boring and stuff. But then I did like Colin Farrell in there. I thought he was great. So I thought I'd give it a chance. I had good reviews, but I'm really surprised how much I've liked it. I really, really enjoyed it. Makes me actually want to watch the second Batman, which is coming out because I was kind of
Wow.
asked about it, but it's actually changed my tune on it. I think, oh, if Colin Farrell's going to be in it, the next one, I would want to see it. Yeah,
Now the rumors going on is he's going to name Baddie in the second film, isn't it? So, and it's like a
yeah,
prequel to that. I've heard that before, and he's
yeah,
astonishing it.
mm,
He will definitely win awards on this 'cause he's just brilliant.
yeah. Yeah.
That's why.
What
So,
I found good as well was like because he's in that prosthetics and everything. Do you remember that bit when he was getting his top off and he got tortured and you can see his penguin man breasts? I was like,
oh, I know.
he's really gone full hog, you know. They've really got like, you know, they must have been ages putting all that stuff on him. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I just thought
it's
it was brilliant,
it's cha
brilliant makeup. Yeah,
it's changed my outlook on him as an actor, don't you? With this straight away, because it's
yeah,
like I think the danger is something that all actors. When you get everything took away from you like he has done for this role, you have to be a very, very good actor. It's my acting
yeah.
experience showing through it. Do what he's done in this. Because it's not Colin Farrell. He is the
No,
Penguin. And
yeah,
respect
yeah.
to him.
Phenomenal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
brilliant. Absolutely brilliant in
yeah,
it. But yeah, I said whether it's not enough to make me want to watch any more of it. But again, it's just personal preference. I think that's what it is, Grant, this
yeah,
really, don't you, mate?
yeah,
So that's
yeah.
what what didn't you like about this series, Granton? Is there anything?
No, there's nothing really I dislike about it. The only thing I'd say as a comic book fan, like I do miss the old kind of like I like the Penguin as like like a bowler hat, monocle, and like from a rich aristocracy, with a lot. And it's not really like that. He's kind of like they've reinvented his storyline, isn't it? It's kind of they've kind of gone down the Soprano look. He's got like a domineering mother character, and so it's they've kind of rechanged the character, rejigged it a bit, made it a bit more grounded, but so giving him a bit of motivation really to kind of crawl all the way up to the top of the ladder. But yeah, I'm just really surprised because I think what they've done with Sophia character, they made her like the hero of it. She's like been repressed by her family and all this, and then Oz is trying to take over the entire business. So that he has been the villain in it. Like, he has been he's doing some evil, duplicitous things, and he's got some great schemes. I like his kind of scheming brain, it's working and all. And I like the relationship he's got with his like little protege, that Victor guy. That's quite nice. I feel like that shows a bit of a softer side to him. But so yeah, I think it's really good. It's well made. It's HBO, isn't it? Production values are stunning. It looks amazing. It's like a film, isn't it? The quality of the sets and everything and that. Yeah, so I think it's really good. I think it's one of my favorite shows on TV at the minute. So I'm really enjoying it.
I have to ask you, Joker or Penguin?
Oh, I love the Joker. No, I think they're both very good, very good. But my heart is for Gaga. Yeah, love that.
Oh,
But
right.
who would
Well,
win in a fight between the Joker and the Penguin?
Oh, that's true, actually, yeah. Well, if he uses his umbrella, I probably can stab him in the butt or something with his umbrella or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Well,
I'd like to see them to do a duet together, though. That'd be quite nice.
I could. Yeah, that would be a fascinating one. That would be a duet of what,
Yeah.
mind you, in a question, isn't it? So
yeah, what song would
Yeah.
they sing?
definitely that. So right. Anyway, Grant, conscious of the time here. Then, what are you going to give this out of 10?
Oh, I did really like it. I'll give it 9 out of 10 so far.
Oh, bloody hell! Hey, Well, I can't really mark this, don't
What are you giving it?
Well, to be honest, I'm going to give it 6.5. Okay, that way then it averages out as a recommendation.
A recommendation, yeah.
I think I said for Joker, I didn't really like. I admired it. I've got the same with this one. I think Dunge as well. So this one, it just was not personal taste. I tried it, not personal taste. No problem with that. So
yeah, not for you. No.
Amanda, what are you going to give Penguin out of 10?
I can't give it anything. I've not seen one single second of it. I do like to eat penguin chocolate bars, though. That helps.
Well, I think that's a spin-off podcast coming, Amanda. Don't you there? Right, guys. It goes. Yeah, as you can tell, we've overrun here as normal, so there will be a part 2. Now, I'm trying to remember what we've not reviewed. So we've got the second half. We've got Agatha All Along.
To come, yeah.
Yeah, or Murders in the Building Season 4.
Yeah.
Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy. And Amanda, what's your second program?
Grotesque.
Now,
grotesque, yeah.
Hopefully the second episode will be more positive and not grotesque, right? So
yes.
We will see you all, guys, in 2 shakes.
See you soon.
Nice. Say bye, Amanda, you miserable bugger.
Bye, Amanda, you miserable bugger.
See you in a minute, guys.
Not the TV guy.